Peterbot is finally back on top, winning the Trio Cash Cup Finals. We also got to see the trio of Vico, Flixie, and Veno win their third straight Trio Cash Cup on EU. We have so much to talk about in today's video. Real quick before the starts though, if you guys want to become a better fighter in Fortnite, I have exactly the thing for you. If you want the best resources to actually become a better fighter in Fortnite, I have partnered up with ReaseHub and Destiny Jesus to provide you guys with the Fighting Masterclass, which includes content from some of the best fighters in the world like boltz, Muzz, Re, and many others. If I wanted to become a successful pro, this is definitely where I would start. Click the top link in the description down below and use code KDOG to get 10% off your final purchase. Trust me guys, you do not want to miss out on this offer. All right, let's not waste any more time though, and let's get into the winners of probably one of the most down to the wire NA Trio Cash Cups I've seen in a very long time. And the winners obviously of Acorn, Peterbot, and Khanada getting 379 points in 6 games and literally being able to win half of them. I'm not gonna lie, the minigun is one of the most busted items I think we have ever seen in competitive, especially in a meta like this. If you're able to get height with the minigun and have a grappler, you are almost guaranteed a win. I'm pretty sure the team that landed Grotto on EU, Brazil, and NA all won the Cash Cup today. This trio though had an average placement of 6.1 and an average elims of 10.3. If we go over their match history, it was a 7 elimination 9th, a 3 elimination 16th, where they actually decided to just key cold out of nowhere. And then after that, they just absolutely locked in, started W keying the lobby and just fragging out, getting a 19 elimination win, a 17 elimination win, 6 elimination 9th, and a 10 elimination win in their very last game to secure the tournament win. Creeping up right behind them though, literally in second place, a team that played so well today, and the team that I honestly still do believe is the best team on NA of Ager's Ritual and Cold, getting 363 points in 6 games and winning one of them. This team had an average placement of 5.5 and an average elims of 9.3. Their match history was a 16 elimination win, a 10 elimination 8th, 7 elimination 9th, 3 elimination 11th, 10 elimination 2nd, and a 10 elimination 2nd. So this team is honestly just so consistent. Huge shout out to them. I don't see any real way that this trio splits up going into the FNCS season now, and I think they are a very scary team to look out for still. Third place is the team that I have been saying is just the most underrated team on NA of Batman, Booga, Mason, and Yamzo, finishing with 321 points in 6 games. They had an average placement of 4.6 and an average elims of 5.5. Not enough people are talking about this trio, so I really want to make sure I am shedding some light on them. Fourth place, please just get a job. Fifth place is Rapid Pollo and boltz on 224. This team had an average placement of 11 and an average elims of 4.8. They did have a couple of rough games today where they actually ended up getting keyed by Peterbot and Khanada. The times that they were able to make endgame, they were still super consistent. They are still a team that is looking for height almost every single game. This is still a very good team on NA. I don't know why I got so much hate for my predictions video for putting Khanada and Peterbot over Pollo, boltz, and Rapid. I literally had them like 3rd place in my predictions or something, and people were going absolutely crazy on me. I still do believe that this is an FNCS win potential team. This is definitely not their craziest performance in finals so far this season, but still a 5th place is nothing to snooze at. This trio got a 5 elimination 8th, a 5 elimination 9th, 2 elimination 23rd, 2 elimination 21st, 8 elimination win, and a 7 elimination 4th. 6th place is the trio of Miro, Booga, and Threats on 220 points. It is just a little bit disappointing for this team. They do have uncon agency and they aren't placing like inside that top 5, but obviously in a cheater filled tournament, it is a little bit hard to really like criticize people too much on their placements. 7th is Victor V, Paper, and Curly. 8th, Get a Job Please. 9th is Bakapars and Pump, and then rounding out the top 10 is Fredbot. There was only really a couple other big name teams in this tournament like Bucky, Okus, and Craze in 18th, but they were dying to cheaters literally so much in this tournament, so I do kind of feel bad for them. If you're wondering where Clix is at, he did not end up qualifying for this Cash Cup. This was the Cash Cup Opens that he played with Aviv, and they had to like reschedule and everything, so that is why like the finals are just being played now today. But let's move on to the actual final kin stats now for your winners. All right, let's start off with the IGL of Acorn. Now he got 12 elims, 2,993 damage, and a 1.5 damage ratio. Obviously for the IGL, we're never gonna like criticize the stats too much because they are just a person that is supposed to be tarping and just making calls. Moving on to Khanada now, Peterbot's right-hand man. He had 18 elims, 5,187 damage, and a 1.62 damage ratio. He was definitely putting in work with that minigun this tournament. Now let's move on to some kin stats that don't even look real, to be honest, of Peterbot getting 32 elims, 11,200 damage, and a 3.3 damage ratio. I saw this stat that said Peterbot in the Trio Cash Cup Finals today, and it shows 11,200 damage, first player with over 10k, 32 elims, which was more than 30 teams combined, and they obviously won 3 out of 6 games. So Peterbot is literally getting more elims than almost like 99% of the lobby. He is actually a generational talent. We are probably probably never going to see a player like this again. So I mean, you guys can hate all you want in the comment section down below, but really do not take this for granted right now. Let's move on to EU now though. All right, now on EU, I do not know if we have seen another team with this level of dominance on the region in a very long time. It might honestly be until the last time we saw Vico and Flixie just absolute dominate in duos, but now they have picked up Veno and they have looked like by far probably the best team in the world right now, winning yet another Trio Cash Cup. This is now 3 straight Trio Cash Cup wins for Vico, Veno, and Flixie, getting 406 points in 6 games while being able to literally win 3 of them. They had an average placement of 8.6 and an average elims of 13.8. Their match history is one of the craziest finals match histories we have seen in a very long time. They got a 12 elimination win, a 22 elimination win, 9 elimination 10th, 20 elimination win, 14 elimination 11th, and then a 6 elimination 28th in their very last game that they were legit just W keying in a finals lobby. They literally had this tournament won after like game 4, and the last 2 games they were just basically just playing for fun at that point. They very easily could have dropped over 500 points and won this tournament by over 100 points if they really wanted to. This trio had a total elims of 83, while the second highest team was second place of Pablo, Bevy, and Marius getting 44. Also really good to see Marius also still doing well. They finished with 337 points, having an average placement of 5 and an average elims of 7.3. They had a super consistent match history today, getting a 6 elimination second, 8 elimination 7th, 10 elimination 7th, 2 elimination second, 4 elimination 9th, and a 14 elimination 3rd. I think Marius has finally found his trio that he's going to be sticking with for the rest of the season at least, and I'm very excited to see how they perform in the future. 3rd place is Hen, Marco, and Faki. If you guys didn't know, yes, this is the Hen that is considered one of the best EU players of all time. He decided to come back, start competing again, and he is now placing top 3 again, which is just super cool to see. They finished with 257 points in 6 games. They had an average placement of 7.1 and an average elims of 4. 4th place was the trio that a lot of people probably haven't been expecting to look this good, of Cringe, Moneymaker, and Fanayan. I think that's how you guys told me to say his name. Let me know if I pronounced it right in the comment section down below or not. 5th place might honestly be a surprise because I have not seen him all season long, and then out of nowhere, Tayson, iDrop, and Trulex finished in 5th place in the Trio Cash Cup finals, getting 242 points. They had an average placement of 7.3 and an average elims of 3.8. We might actually be getting Chapter 2 Tayson back for the final 2 Cash Cups now, and I hope Tayson is able to find a good trio going forwards. Obviously one of the GOATs of Fortnite. We just really haven't seen him place that well since he left NA to go back to EU. 6th place is Cringe and Jake Buka. 7th is Relvis. 8th is Seti, Hari, and Cammy on 192. This might be a little bit of a disappointing placement for them because they have been one of the most consistent finals teams. I think they literally placed like top 3 in every finals they've played in so far. So in 8th place is still obviously very good, but we do know this team has the potential to do better. 9th is Turtle, Kylie, and Hydro, and then rounding out the top 10 is Pink, Sined, and Malibuka. Those are basically all of the big name teams on EU. Now let's get into something pretty fun and let's go over the actual Kinch stats for EU, and the damage leaderboard looks absolutely insane. Starting off in 10th place is Ping on 4,502 damage. 9th is Faki. 8th is Hen. 7th is Kylie. 6th is actually Tayson, so that's a little bit of a surprise. And then going into that top 5 now, we have Flixie in 5th, Fanayan in 4th, Pablo in 3rd, and then 2nd place is Vico on 7,318, and then 1st place is Veno on 8,652. So literally getting 1,300 more damage than his own trio. But it is kind of crazy to see a full trio inside the top 5. This might be one of the most like evened out like skill wise trios we have seen in like Fortnite history, to be honest. I think if this trio does make it all the way until FNCS, which as of right now I don't see why they wouldn't, then they have to be your FNCS favorites by far right now. Let me know your guys' thoughts on everything that happened today on both EU and NA in the comment section down below. I should have my ranking video for the top 10 trios in the world right now coming out tomorrow, hopefully, as long as there isn't like any crazy snake innings or nothing like that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new though, as we are trying to hit 85,000 subs as soon as possible. Use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. YouTube says you enjoy one of 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter at KDOG to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.